Hey, what is up, guys? It is Card Shuffler 99 here. Now, today I'm going to be showing you guys a really cool trick. This is one of my favorite card tricks, and this is kind of the trick that sort of embodies the idea of impossibility, and I really hope you guys enjoy this one. Now, we did hear you guys, and a lot of you were saying to bring back the subscriber contest, so we are doing that. Now, we will post a video either tomorrow or Monday that is going to explain all the rules and everything, how this is going to work, so stay tuned for that. Now, I will warn you guys that we are only going to pick around 8 to 10 people at a time, meaning in each bracket that we make, we're only going to have 8 to 10 people. Now, the reason is because each matchup is going to take, like one video. Maybe we could put 2 matchups in a video, but that's a lot of videos right there. So when we finish one bracket, we'll definitely do another one, but just to warn you guys, we're only going to pick the 10 best tricks that we get for the first round. So if you guys want to start preparing your videos, start doing that now. Make sure to try to get the best quality video you can. Try to make sure that everybody can see everything that's going on with the trick, and we're going to explain all the rules actually in another video, so stay tuned for that. But anyway, don't forget to subscribe to CS Reviews. It's our secondary channel. I really hope you guys subscribe to that. But anyway, guys, this is Card Shuffler 99. So why don't we get into this really cool impossible card trick. Alright, guys, so today I'll be showing you a version of oil and water. So Robert, I'm going to take the deck here, and I'm going to go ahead and give this deck a quick shuffle. Was that a fair shuffle there, Robert?
Absolutely.
Perfect. I'm going to set the deck off to the side. Now, Robert, what I got here today is 3 red cards and 3 black cards. Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3 black cards, 1, 2, 3 red cards. Okay, that's very simple. Now, similar to what we did with the deck of cards, I'm going to try and actually take these cards, and we're going to try to shuffle them together. Okay, so that's what we're going to try to do today, shuffle these together. So, are you ready, Robert?
Yes, I am.
Ready? Here we go. I'm going to take 1 black card. I'm going to take 1 red card. I'm going to take 1 black card. I'm going to take 1 red card. And I'm going to take 1 black card. And the final red card there, Robert. And Robert, like oil and water, what do?
They separate.
They separate.
Wow. That's pretty cool.
Now, Robert, here we go. We got 1, 2, 3 black cards. We got 1, 2, 3 red cards. We're going to try this one final time. Are you ready here, Robert?
Let's do it.
All right. One more time. Ready? We got 1 black card, 1 red card, 1 black card, 1 red card, 1 black card, and 1 red card. Robert, what do oil and water do?
They separate.
They separate.
That's pretty cool.
Now, you remember, we shuffled the deck from the beginning of the trick. You called it a fair shuffle. There's nothing I could have done. But, Robert, like oil and water, the cards actually separate. Let's get straight into the tutorial. All right, guys, let's get straight into the tutorial. So, you're going to need a few things for this trick. First of all, you need double-sided tape. I'll explain that in a little bit. And what you're going to need is 2 red jacks. You're going to need 2 red kings. Now, obviously, these could be 2 black jacks, 2 black kings. Doesn't matter what you're doing here. But you're going to need, like, opposite color cards. So what I got here is 2 red jacks, 2 red kings, 2 black sixes, and 2 black eights. Now, just go with the same cards just because I'm going to be talking with these cards right here, just so it's going to be a lot easier if you guys follow along like this, okay? So, 2 cards of yours are going to need to be... Now, the reason we're using, like, 2 similar cards is just because you're going to have 2 cards stuck together in this trick, and you're actually going to be splitting them apart. So, obviously, if you have 8s and 6s and kings and jacks, and suddenly you whip out, like, a 2... that's not going to look too good, right? So that's the reason we're trying to keep it consistent here. So take one of your 8s. You're going to put some double-sided tape on the back. Now, with this double-sided tape, you're going to want to dab it. What I mean dab it, I don't mean dab it. We're not dabbing. What I mean here is by taking your finger and touching the tape. Now, the tape's in the middle, but mine's already kind of dabbed, I guess you could say. So I don't need to do it anymore. But what this does, it's going to take a little bit of the stickiness away. You don't want this tape to be too sticky, but you still need it to stick a little bit. Okay, so you can just put your finger on it. If you can do whatever you want, just basically get that piece of tape less sticky. So all I do, take some double-sided tape, put it in the middle. I just touch it with my thumb a few times. You don't really need to do it too long, but you got to test it for yourself if you're able to split the cards, and I'll show you what I mean. So take a jack, and you're going to stick the jack to this 8. Okay? Now, what I mean by pull it apart, you got to be able to take these. They got to be able to act as one card. So you can see here, this can act as one card. But at the same time, you got to be able to split it apart just like that, okay? So that's what I mean there. So once again, we have an 8 with double-sided tape. I also have here my red jack. These are stuck together. Now with this, I'm also going to put a black 8 and a black 6. Okay, so this is going to be your black pile. Now with the other pile, you're going to take a 6 here, okay? Or if you had 2 6s here and an 8, then you would have an 8 here. This king, just take one of the duplicate, or not duplicates, but similar cards. You can take one of the kings, put double-sided tape. You're going to dab this one as well, and you're going to stick a 6 on this king, okay? So once again, you're going to stick this. Once again, it's got to be able to act as one card, but at the same time, you got to be able to pull it apart. So that's how you're going to get this going. And with that, you just need another red king, and you're also going to need a jack, okay? So now you're ready to start the trick, okay? Actually, you're ready to start this part of the trick. You're not exactly ready to start this. So what you're going to do is take your deck, and you're going to split this up into some cards. So obviously, you're going to have a few cards out of the deck. You should have 8 cards out of the deck here. You're going to split up red and black. So you're going to take your reds and your blacks, split them up. And what I'm doing here is I'm going to split these reds in half. Okay? So I'm going to split these in half. Right like that. Okay, so now my reds are in half and my blacks are in half. What I'm going to do here, take the quarter deck here, or basically half the blacks, put it on top of a red. Take the other one, put it on top of the red, and then just take one of the piles, put that on top. So what that does is you should have a quarter black, quarter red, quarter black, quarter red. Now, what I'm doing here is as I start the trick, I'm going to hold a break, essentially, a pinky break right here, okay? Right where these cards split in half. So basically right here, right? And what I'm doing here is I'm going to riffle on the back up until the break. You'll be able to feel it because you did have that break. And now I'm going to shuffle these. Now, what happens here, when you shuffle these piles together, what's going to happen is the red cards are going to shuffle together, and then the black cards are going to shuffle together. Now, if you don't get a perfect shuffle, it's not going to work. So that's the risky part of doing this. You don't have to do this, obviously, but it does add something. So you can see here, I got a perfect shuffle. We're good. So that's the idea. When you're in here and you're doing your shuffle, they think, you have a random order in a deck. And even better, if you want to start the trick by showing them, if you have a duplicate deck, you show them the whole deck in a random order, and then, you do a deck switch, and then you go to this, and then you bring this deck out. You're looking at, a really good-looking trick because they saw the whole deck was random, all that stuff. Even if you don't show it, though, in their mind, they feel like the deck was, completely untouched, and you're shuffling the deck. So that's pretty cool right there. And then you're going to set this aside. Now, what you can do, if you want, you can look through the deck yourself to see if you have any mistakes and fix it. But if you really, really have to, but obviously it would look better without it. Now, in terms of doing this is a pretty quick explanation here. You're going to make sure the double-sided card is on top of each pile. And what you're going to do here is you're going to start out by taking one of the double-sided cards. Doesn't matter which side you're starting on. You're going to show it. So you're going to say, we have a black card. You're going to set that black card down, okay? So now I set this black card down, okay? Now what you're going to do is you're going to split the double-sided tape card apart on this other hand. So once again, this double-sided tape card, I'm not splitting up. I'm showing it, setting it down. So there are 2 cards here. I'm now going to, what I like to do is I like to bevel it, and I like to slowly use my thumb and split it apart if it's a little sticky. You're not going to show this, obviously, because this is going to match this card, right? So it's going to be black. But you're going to say, I'm setting down a red card. So once again, I split it up. I say we're going to put down a red card. You're going to say we're going to put down another black card. Now what you're going to do is you are going to push over one card, only one card. You have 3 cards here now. You're only going to push over 1 because obviously you don't want to show 3. So you're going to push over 1 card, and you're going to say we got a red card. Set that down. This double-sided tape here. Got a black card here. So now this black card is now going to disappear because it's going to stick to the double-sided tape like that. And then you're going to have your last red card, but this is 2 cards, so I'm going to hold it like this. And you're going to say we have the last red card. You're going to set that on top, square it up, apply a little bit of pressure in the middle because you want that to stick again. And then you can go ahead, spread that, and show that they separate. Now the double-sided tape card is going to be on the bottom, I guess. So you have to bring it back to the top, so all I do is I set the cards down like that. So now it's going to get back to the top. And you're doing the same exact process. So once again, set down a double-sided card. Perfect. Split open 1. Don't show it. Show this. Show this. Make sure I'm only pushing over 1. Show this. And then show this as 1 red card. Set that down. Square it up. Put some pressure. And then you can go ahead. You can reveal that. And then you can reveal the last part of the trick being oil and water. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, hit that thumbs up button. And this is Card Shuffler 99. Peace out, guys.